So we finally got a wet race. However, it didn't exactly go how we would have hoped, but on the bright side, it was still really good wet experience, as despite living in Britain, we somehow haven't had a wet race this entire season. So pretty much the entire week before, we were building up for a wet race, and our predictions would come true, as the day before, it absolutely chucked it down, and then proceeded to rain on and off until Sunday morning, meaning that while nothing was coming from the sky during the race, the track was still wet. Very wet. But enough waffle, let's get on with the video. In our team, consisting of Dylan and Jack, we were elected to do qualifying, and after what was definitely not my best quali performance, we started P9. However, like last time, we had another camera malfunction, meaning the first stint once again didn't save, so we have none of the stint 1 footage. But I'll try and explain what happened as best I can. So one thing about the wet races here at Red Lodge is that the cadets, for some reason, are faster than the seniors, meaning that lap 1 is absolute chaos, as they still have to start behind us. But it also means that the starting and finishing positions are slightly jumbled up, as where you finish on track and your actual points finish are completely different. So we were pretty apprehensive into turn 1. As with only 5 laps of qualifying to prepare for the conditions, we didn't feel like putting it in the wall 10 seconds after the race started. This did mean we dropped down to P11 on the start, which became P12 by the end of the first lap. And as we were only able to regain 1 position in our stint, we finished 11th for stint 1, but we knew we were capable of more. So Jack hops out of the car, he's going to run around the back, but we can see an absolute disastrous, there's no seat liner in the car. This, as you know, makes the car completely undrivable. If you don't have a seat liner, you may as well have no brake pedal and 2 wheels. So we're going to run and grab a seat liner, as we're currently serving our weight penalty, so it won't deduce any time. And it actually times out perfectly, as by the time we've hopped back in the car, the weight penalty's just finished and we can go out the pit lane. And you can see now just how wet the track is. Because we're on slick tyres, we have to take the complete wet line around the outside of every single corner to get any form of grip. And as we're on for quite a short video, given that we didn't have a first stint, let's have a side-by-side comparison of a dry versus wet lap. So here we go then. So you can see in the dry lap, French curve is taken completely flat out. It's also taken flat out on the wet lap with much more steering. We're already at centre where we go hard on the brakes and the normal racing line. On the wet, we go all the way around the outside. Then into 180, take conventional racing line, try and clip the apex and take it all the way wide. Once again, now 180 in the wet lap, you go all the way around the outside. Oak tree, you clip the curb as much as you can. Both of these corners are completely flat, and you do not want to tap the curb on the second corner. Then into the last corner, clip that curb, clip the inside curb, take the conventional racing line and take it out on the exit. Then oak tree on the wet lap, you want to take as much a steering lock as possible, don't get anywhere near that curb, complete wet line on the outside. Then down into this last corner, super understeery, so we want to make sure you lean outwards to get as much traction as possible as we go round onto the main straight. So not much else really happened in this stint, aside from us being lapped by the leaders and holding P11, but as it's wet, we need to find something out. Which of my drifts was the best? I'm going to show you 3, and you'll have to comment below which one you think it was. So despite having held P11 for the rest of our stint, Dylan and Jack's stints didn't go as well, meaning we dropped down to P13 by the end of the race, where we finished. But this was still a great effort from the whole team, given that we haven't had a wet race in ages. So well done to Dylan and Jack, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time, when hopefully my camera will work properly.